Okay, moving along, guys. We also have, oh wow, we've got lots of stuff to give out today. If you are keen on winning some Bluetooth devices, also another, let me see, what's this? A power bank. All you have to do is to tweet in to @DGTelco. You know, the DGTelco Twitter handle. Use that to answer this question. Which do you prefer? A mobile app or a desktop app? I know it's a given, but answer anyway, and you could pick up some cool stuff from DG. The prizes are going to be available at their store, I believe. So use the DG Twitter handle to send in your answers now. Well, good luck on that. And before we get too carried away with giving away prizes, we also have got a very interesting panel lined up for you. I know a lot of you have been asking when this panel is going to be taking the stage. Viral fever. Viral fever is what we're talking about. And we've got some pretty cool speakers, some we've never heard from just yet. They're here for the first time on the stage. So to introduce them to you, we have the director of TLAs himself. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our moderator for this session, Stephen Lewis. Over to you.
Hello, everybody. It turns out you can go viral for the price of a t-shirt. Did you see that? Malaysian Social Media Week just went viral in return for a t-shirt. So there's your answer, panel cancelled. Could I ask my fellow panelists, who I know are eager to get up here and share what they have to know about virality? Come on up, guys, take a seat. If you have any questions for the panel during the discussion, do feel free. If you don't want to ask them afterwards at the microphones that are around the room, tweet them through. The Twitter feed is moving very fast, but I'll do my best to keep an eye on the screen here and write down those questions. Of course, you are all viral already. MSMW 2014 is trending, so what can I tell you? You are viral already. You are extensions of our panel. I think for people who work in social media, viral is a bit of a tough term. I don't know how many of you, if you could raise your hands, have seen The Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump. Okay, so there's a number of people who've seen it. For those of you who don't, Donald Trump is an American buffoon billionaire. And he has a television show, among other things, called The Celebrity Apprentice, which features people who, as those of you who've seen it will know, are not celebrities. And they come onto his show and they have challenges every week. And in each season, you are guaranteed to have the challenge where Donald Trump will stand.
Purposely you're doing that or not, everybody's doing that. And when you share something with your friends or followers, you're trying to share stuff that you align with personally on an emotional level. And it's not just funny content, it's not just happy, feel-good-lucky, heartwarming content. There's other emotions there that you can trigger, whether it's a sense of justice, a sense of anger, outrage at something. There's all kinds of very simple human emotions that you can use to trigger a viral response. The next aspect is targeting influencers. And this is an area where I actually do help a lot of clients with. And the thing that I tell companies is always, social media is not an overnight strategy. It's something that it's constantly evolving, and it really is something that you need to take time to develop the right way. So you can't just create content and then reach out to a celebrity and say, hey, can you tweet this for me? Because that will never happen. But you need to identify who are the influencers in your space and begin a relationship with them. Follow them. Comment on their content. Engage with what they're posting. And then you have increasing the chances that they're going to join back and enter into your community. And that when you have interesting content that's relevant to them, you increase the chance that they're going to actually share that for you. And really, if you look at anything that has gone viral, it generally starts with somebody with a relatively large network or following, giving it that sort of Colbert bump, so to speak, and pushing it out there to the next level. And this bit, I think, is kind of goes without saying, but on top of shareable, it also needs to be searchable. If your content is not easy to find, then it's never going to get viral. And it needs to make sense. And in search engines, they love categories, they love keywords, they love all of this. But if your content is not showing up in a simple Google search, it's going to be very tough to ever get it to go viral. So when you have content and you want it to go out there, test it on 1, 2, 3 search engines. Make sure in the platform you're using it is actually triggering the right kind of response so that your audience can find it easily. And if you do that, you increase the chances that it's going to go viral. So the secret behind virality, I think there's a little bit more dumb luck than the people in the agency world like to admit. But if you follow a couple things, you can sort of tip the scales. And you can increase the chance that you hit that magic button. And I think it's constantly fine-tuning your content to make sure it's more in line with your audience and what they want to share. And then nurturing and developing your community. Showing them that love that Irene talked about. Now there are different forms of viral. There's good viral and then there's bad viral. And I think we all definitely want to fall in the line of good viral. And I think an area where this is really...
Any other questions in the room? One at the back there.
My question is, I come from a very formal background of business. We provide conferences to key decision makers in oil and gas, energy and finance industry. Now, the biggest challenge that I have as a social media exec for the company is how do I appeal to people who don't really follow on social media, or even if they do follow, they don't really bother to take part in social media initiatives. So that's my question. Thank you.
So the question would be, if I've understood correctly, how do you reach a non-social media audience and get them engaged? It is a great question. Joseph, you're reaching for your microphone. God bless you, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, it's a good question and not an easy one to answer. But we work with a lot of B2B companies as well. And Meltwater, we're also a B2B company. And I think there's different definitions of viral and there's different types of content. It could be just an ebook, for example, that you manage to get all of your key clients to download. Viral could also be simply increased web traffic. So not everything is a viral YouTube video. You need to kind of understand who is your target audience and what does viral mean to them. And all this kind of stuff we're talking about, it was before the internet. The same kind of marketing principles apply to more traditional media avenues. So I think it's all about your sort of larger strategy and who you're trying to actually reach in adjusting that definition.
And I think, yeah, that the point about who you're trying to reach, where are they on social platforms, if at all? LinkedIn's probably a great spot, particularly for that industry. So think about how you can tap into the people on LinkedIn in forums, in different discussion groups, and also use traditional media as well. There's nothing wrong with that, or coupling that with a social media campaign. So just really think about who your audience is and find them. They might not be on Twitter, but LinkedIn or other platforms is probably the place to look at.
May I also quickly add, personally, on a personal note, maybe you can also start your own social media campaign. You encourage people. For me, for instance, I started a social media club, a bloggers and social media club, in a province in Mindanao where there's hardly there's hardly any bloggers or, so as long as